Good morning and welcome to the Sunday Unity of Reading celebration. Today is September 27th, and our daily word today is faith. With faith, nothing is impossible for me. With gratitude, I use my faith to trust in the good that is always present, even when it has not been yet manifested. As I pray with faith, I discern the truth that always endures through even the most difficult circumstances. As I concentrate on harmony and love, all thoughts of lack, limitation, and discord simply dissolve. As I speak with faith, I use positive words to express my belief in myself and others as divine beings. As I act with faith, I access deep, lasting strength and fortitude that help me surmount any changes and challenges. Inspired by my faith, I move forward with confidence. Nothing is impossible for me. And from Matthew 17:20, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. So last 2 weeks, I spoke of the wisdom of being, and meaning we are spiritual beings having a human existence, and also the wisdom of knowing, which included the 4-point test of knowing, spiritual truths to know and how to get to that part of knowing. So today I want to talk about the wisdom of succeeding. It's not the 10 top secrets to succeeding or how to turn failure into success, but the wisdom of succeeding. As a proverb says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. I like to look up definitions in a dictionary, so I looked up wisdom and understanding. Wisdom is the quality or state of being wise, knowledge of what is true and right, coupled with good judgment as to action, discernment, or insight. Understanding is a superior power of discernment, enlightened intelligence. Charles Fillmore from the Revealing Word uses these definitions as wisdom, intuitive knowing, spiritual intuition, the voice of God within as the source of our understanding, mental action based on the Christ truth within. Wisdom includes judgment, discrimination, intuition, and all the departments of mind that come under the heading of knowing. This knowing capacity transcends intellectual knowledge. Spiritual discernment always places wisdom above the other faculties of the mind and reveals that knowledge and intelligence are axillary to understanding. Wisdom and divine understanding he defines as, these attributes come from the Spirit of Christ within us. The price that we must pay for the conscious attainment of divine wisdom and understanding is the letting go of personal self with its limited beliefs. Paul saw the Christ waiting in the door of every soul when he wrote, awake, thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall shine upon thee. So the wisdom of succeeding. First, I would like you to think about, what is your definition of success? I remember Tony Robbins, motivational speaker, once telling a story regarding success. He was doing a presentation for a Fortune 500 company, which included every employee from the CEO to the mailroom. He asked the CEO if he was successful, and the CEO answered, no. Tony said he was blown away. He wasn't expecting that a CEO of a Fortune 500 company would say he was not successful. So he asked him why. His reply was that he only made $1.5 million per year, and to be successful, he had to make $2 million per year. He said there was a low-level employee in the back of the room jumping up and down saying he was successful. When Tony asked him why, his reply was, I woke up alive this morning and enjoy another awesome day. So what is success? People define it differently. Some define it as making lots and lots of money, as this CEO did. Not sure that alone does it. You know, often what happens to lottery winners sometimes. How many lottery winners wish that they would never have won because their life went downhill from the minute they received the money? Other people define success as achieving great power and influence over others. Not sure that truly encompasses success either. There have been many powerful and influential persons who have died broken individuals. Others would describe it as acquiring lots of status symbols such as cars, clothing, and homes. All we need to do is look at the statistics of unhappy people coming from homes with a 3-car garage and material things they could ever want to know that this can't be all there is to success. None of these things are intrinsically bad or wrong. In fact, I've often said that we live in a universe of form and material experience, and those items which give us comfort are fine. We are supposed to live life abundantly. In fact, a prominent New Thought leader was once getting out of a limo to come to church one morning, and someone waiting in line to get into the Wilshire Theater criticized him for riding around in a limo, calling him a hypocrite. He said, "Sir, I would be a hypocrite if I didn't drive around in a nice car." Revealing Word defines success simply as coming as the result of faithfulness and earnestness to the application of God's law. I happen to really resonate with how Ralph Waldo Emerson, a pioneer of New Thought movement, defines success. He wrote, "To have laughed often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether it be by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition. To know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded." I did look up success in the dictionary, and this is what it said. Success is the favorable or prosperous termination of attempts or endeavors, the accomplishment of one's goals. Interestingly, it had the last definition as obsolete. This definition was just simply outcome. The actual origin of the word success comes from the Latin word meaning result or outcome. It doesn't even include favorable outcome. It is just simply outcome, result. And that somewhat goes to Thomas Edison's reply when he was considered a failure at creating the light bulb. He said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." He did succeed because he tried and he had an outcome. Many look at their definition of success, and if they do not achieve what they consider themselves to be successful, they feel they're a failure. Again, the origin of failure comes from the old French word meaning unattested. Attested means to give proof of or to manifest. So really the saying, "the only way you fail is not to try," is definitely right on, because as you take any action, you have an outcome. Charles Fillmore wrote, "When success fails to crown our efforts, we sometimes become discouraged and quit. Then we try to console ourselves with the thought that it was God's will for us to fail. Failure is not God's will, but man lays it to the charge of God to excuse his own feelings of inadequacy and defeat. God's will is health, happiness, prosperity for every man, and to have all that is good and beautiful to express God's will for us." I believe, too, that it is God's plan, God's divine will, that every single one of us becomes great and succeeds. I believe it is God's intention that we all experience the beauty and wonder of the world. I believe that is natural to succeed. In How I Use Truth, Emily Cady writes, "We need to remember that we are spiritual beings with an inheritance of all good. We need to turn often in prayer to God for revelation of His will. The results will be health of mind and body, harmony, success, and abundance in our affairs. As we learn in unity, Spirit God is expressing in us, through us, as us. When we progress, when we advance, when we succeed, Spirit becomes a greater and greater expression of itself. So it is right that we should be successful. It's natural that we should succeed." I want to share a modern parable. There was once a farmer who each year entered his corn in the state fair, and each year his corn won a blue ribbon. One year, a newspaper reporter interviewed him and asked him about his secret to success. The reporter was quite surprised at what the farmer said. He said that for years he has been sharing his prize-winning seed corn with the neighbors. "Why in the world would you share your best seed corn with your neighbors when they are entering the same corn competition as you do each year? Don't you want to win?" The reporter asked. "Of course I want to win. But what I really want to do is grow the best possible corn," said the farmer. "And to grow the best possible corn, I can't afford not to share it with my neighbor. You see, the wind picks up pollen from the ripening corn and swirls it from field to field. So if my neighbors grow inferior corn, cross-pollination will steadily degrade the quality of my corn. If I am to grow good corn, then I must help my neighbors grow good corn also." So we cannot We cannot look at the wisdom of succeeding without first looking at the wisdom that is contained in this parable of the prize-winning corn that I just shared. The wisdom that is embodied in this parable is this: in order for anyone to succeed, he or she must help others to succeed. Two reasons this is true. Both are grounded in fundamental unity principle. The first, there is one life, and that life is God, and that life is my life now. Basic building block for our belief system, fundamental core concept. It's not just my life, it's everyone's life. And that means that we are deeply connected. In fact, at our very core, at the very center of our being, we are one. Therefore, if I want to succeed, I sure better help you to succeed as well. Second, this is constant with the way the universe operates. The universal law operates in a reciprocal manner. What goes around comes around. What we put out comes back to us. It goes back to the wisdom of being last week. Whatever I desire, I need to express it, to give it to others. In the book Prosperity, Charles Fillmore wrote, "There is a law of giving and receiving. It is a law of mind action, and it can be learned and applied the same way as any other law. The law of giving and receiving that Jesus taught, 'Give, and it shall be given unto you,' is found to be applicable to all our commercials as well as our social relationships." What motivates us to succeed? Fear or love? Fear-based motivation moves us into trying to grab as much stuff as possible and to call that success. It causes us to want to compete for limited resources and hoard what we have. We saw a lot of this when the pandemic hit and people were hoarding toilet paper. Love-based motivation comes and moves us to a definition of success closer to Emerson's. We're having the opportunity to witness fear-based motivations right now with the economy, COVID-19 demonstrations, etc. But if we were to apply this love-based definition of success to modern business, someone might say that we're missing some significant ingredients. Such things are missing as gross product, productivity, and bottom line. Interestingly, a very, very successful businessman of the 19th century, Lord Leverham, founder of Lever Brothers, to name just one of his successful businesses, once said, "It is frequently stated that modern business cannot be conducted on the line of the Sermon on the Mount. I can only say that a business conducted on any other basis will never be permanently successful." Dr. Joseph Murphy, in The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, said, "You must be sure that the thing you want to do does not rebound to your success only. Your desire must not be selfish. It must benefit humanity. The path of a complete circuit must be formed. In other words, your idea must go forth with the purpose of blessing or serving the world. It will then come back to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. If it is to benefit yourself exclusively, the circle or complete circuit is not formed, and you may experience a short circuit in your life, which may consist of limitation or sickness." The wisdom of succeeding says that the highest level of success is achieved when we do that which is consistent with our divine nature. And it is our divine nature to love and to be a giver of life, because that's God's nature. In the Revealing Word, Charles Fillmore writes, "Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights. God's greatest gift to man is the power of thought through which he can incorporate into his consciousness the mind of God." Does your definition of success only include what you want for yourself, or does it include something to benefit mankind? How are you using your gifts? Are you using them to bring laughter and joy to yourself and others, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, and to know that someone else has breathed easier because you have lived? If so, then you have discovered the wisdom of succeeding. We know God as the wisdom of our intellect, the love of our hearts, and the life of our body, the harmony, peace, and happiness of our relationships, the success and prosperity of our affairs. Let your work contribute to God's plan for peace, love, and harmony. Your labor serve your fellow man. Let your goals for success be a perfect work expressed, each task completed at your present best. Understand the wisdom of succeeding. Serving and succeeding are two sides of the same coin, and you will know the wisdom of success. Live by the definition of success as Ralph Waldo Emerson. To have laughed often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to learn and appreciate, to earn the appreciation of honest critics, and to endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition. To know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded. I will end with this prayer. May the Christ within me reveal to me the Father, as Jesus knew him, that my faith may be strong, my vision high, my expectancy sure. Let all my desires and all my prayers conform to the will of the highest, that my life may express only his glory, his beauty, and his love. And so it is. Amen. And I'll take these thoughts into some meditation. So I invite you to get comfortable in your seat. Feel the environment around you. Let any of your thoughts flow by like water down a stream, knowing that you're at the perfect place at the perfect time. Nothing needs to be done. Nothing needs to be figured out. You just need to sit still in the silence and to know who you are, to connect to the wisdom of God, to create a better understanding of truth and how to live and express that truth in your life. I invite you to go to your secret place and close the door. That place where all wisdom, all love, all knowing resides. As you sit in this quiet, secret place, as you sit with your inner being, feel who you truly are. Feel the love of God. Feel the peace of God that passes all understanding permeate every cell of your body. Know that this is the real you, the true you, filled with love, filled with joy, filled with peace and harmony. As you feel this love of God permeating every cell, flowing through your entire body, ask, how may I express this love to others? How may I succeed in sharing the truth of my being? What is it for me to do? How can I be the peace that I want to see in this world? How can I express the wisdom of God's peace that is deep within me? How can I know the true joy of being and express that joy in every aspect of my life? How can I succeed in uplifting others? How can I make this world a better place? What it is for me to do. Don't think of the answers with your own mind, but allow the answers, the intuition to well up from deep within. Listen to the wisdom of your inner being, the wisdom of God mind. Know deep in your heart that success is not only for yourself, but for others as well. And as you help others succeed, you greatly succeed yourself. Know that success is just living every moment with joy, with peace, with love, touching others with those attributes. Success is making this world a better place by our presence, by our God presence, by your smile, by your laughter, by your giving spirit. Know that as heirs to God's kingdom, you are to be successful. It's God's will for you to have success, health, prosperity, abundance, as it is God's will to share that and express that in every phase of your life. Know that a deeper wisdom is available to you at any time. All you need to do is ask and quiet the ego human mind and allow that wisdom to come forth. For all the wisdom of the ages is available to you right now. All the wisdom of truth, all the wisdom of God, all the wisdom of life. We just need to quiet our mind and listen. For as we ask, we shall receive. Please instill in me now the wisdom of life, the wisdom of love, the wisdom of peace and truth. Let me be an instrument for that peace. Let me have the knowing of how to express that love to others. Let me have the strength to follow through, to make this world a better place, even if it is just my household. Let me see my success through the eyes of God, knowing that as I do, I succeed no matter what. Let me be the hands of God. Let me be the wisdom of God. Let me express the love and the peace of God, for this is who I am. Open your mind and your heart to the knowing of who you are. You are a spiritual being filled with love, joy, peace, and wisdom. Make a commitment to keep your heart and your mind open through this human experience to express more of God, to be an expression of peace, to not only be a Christian, but to be a Christ. For we all have that Christ nature within us. I invite you to take a few quiet minutes and allow that feeling of wisdom, of love, of peace envelope your entire body. Open your mind and your heart to direction, to intuition, to wisdom. Know that this place is available to you at any time. You just need to quiet your mind, quiet the outer human world, and go into your quiet place and know the truth. Know the truth of your being. Know the truth of God. And the truth shall surely set you free. And so it is. You can start moving around, feel the atmosphere. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Come back into this place, bringing all the love, the peace, and the wisdom that we have just acquired. And know in your being that you are successful. And so it is. Amen.